Good everyone, for today's video, we will analyze the intense Game 12 between Ding and Nepo. This is the equalizer of the series. Ding was able to capitalize and maximize the multiple blunders of Nepo and won the game. Now the score is all 6. Nepo, on the other hand, wasn't able, of course, to hold the lead in the series. And let's see what would happen in Game 13, Game 14. But let's not focus on that one. Let's check the wonderful game between Ding and Nepo and how intense this game was. So d4, knight f6, knight f3, d5, e3. Once again, Ding surprised us with his choice of opening. Previous games, he picked London. This time, College System is not scared of picking unusual and crazy opening. This is the world stage, World Chess Championship. It's rare to have seen this kind of choices opening, and Ding was able to justify the opening he picked. So let's continue. c5, knight d2. The usual is c3. This is the common formation for College System. Capture, capture, queen c7, c3, and then bishop d7. According to engine, bishop g4 is best, at least more active. Bishop d3, the usual place for the bishop to attack this long diagonal. Knight c6, and then castling. Bishop g4, Nepo moved the bishop twice. Rook e1, covering the e file. e6, and then knight f3 going to e3 or g3. Bishop d6 attacking the h2 pawn. Bishop g5, and then castling. Nepo is not scared to open the g file. It's like inviting and persuading Ding to capture the knight on f6. And of course, bishop takes knight, g takes f, and knight g3, f5. You have to cover the strong bishop going to h7. You don't want any trouble. h3, and then bishop takes, capture, and knight e7. The target is this g6 square. Knight h5. Of course, you have to make sure your pieces are active. King h8. Now, the plan of Nepo is to cover this g file using the rook. g4, what a crazy idea by Ding. It's like he's not scared. Why? Because if g takes f, that would be a one-move checkmate. Of course, Nepo will not fall on that one. Rook g8, pinning the pawn. King h1, moving away from the pin. Knight g6, bishop c2, but according to engine, just go rook g1. But bishop c2 on the board. Knight h4, queen e3, rook g6, rook g1, and now f5, attacking the queen, but the bishop is now active, attacking this long diagonal. d3, queen e7, rook e1, and queen g5. Too much pressure on the king side. c4, Ding decided to open the queen side to divert the attack. Capture, and now queen c3, hoping for a discover check, and then b5, a4, and bad move. a6, according to engine, just relax. Nepo, move a6 and support your b5. And this b5 is supporting the c4. After b4, queen takes c4, and rook g. Nepo is not scared of bishop takes rook. It's like, don't worry, I can manage that one. Queen c6, and another bad move by Nepo. So what is the best move here? Knight f5, supporting the bishop, and this h4, let's say knight f5, supporting the bishop, and this h4 square will be available for the queen. But bishop b8 on the board. Queen b7, another bad move. This is pressure. This is nerve. This is world stage, World Chess Championship. So we expect this one, especially the game is already on the game 12. You know, they are tired, they're exhausted. So let's continue. Another bad move. Rook h6, and then bishop e. The target is, of course, to protect the h3 by moving bishop g2 later on. Rook f8, and here Nepo missed the better move than rook f8 according to engine. Move f3, open this long diagonal, so later on you have this move after rook takes to have the checkmate on h2. Queen takes f7, and then knight g2, attacking the rook. If, for example, the rook would move here, on d1, there's a knight f4, attacking the h3, bishop takes f3, and then knight takes h3, attacking this rook. Black is clearly winning here. But what's on the board is the rook f8, and then queen takes b4, queen d8, queen c3. But according to engine, the fastest way to attack black is moving d5, then e5, rook c1. Because the rook is no longer effective here, you have to divert the attack going to the c file. So let's go on the queen c3, the original move. Queen c3, knight g6, bishop g2. Of course, you have to protect the h3 because the queen h4 is coming. Queen h4, rook f2, just protecting this f2 pawn. f5, and here, the last blunder of the game. Because, let's continue. Rook takes h5, g takes, queen takes h5, d5, king g, and d6, resign. Nepo resign in this game. It's like, hey, this is still playable. You still have your bishop, rook, knight, and queen. Whoever the queen is outplayed, the knight has no good square. The rook, where you gonna put your rook? The bishop is not hitting anything. And according to engine, this is very interesting. Mate in 12. This is a first move, mate in 12. Wow, that is crazy. I'm gonna show you how. So if we will continue the game after d6, f3, bishop f1, queen h6, d7, queen g7, bishop c4, king h8, rook e8, queen takes c3, rook takes f8, king g7, d8 queen, bishop g3, rook g8, king h6, b takes c3, f4, queen f6, king h5, bishop f7, a6. So like, whatever you do, you are checkmate. Bishop takes g6, h takes g6, and rook h8, checkmate. Wow, that is, I don't know if Nepo had seen the 12 move checkmate after the d6 move of Ding, but Nepo understood that this is game over for black. So congratulations, Ding.